Hello, you are listening to my first podcast, a magical world of sounds made for you and your baby to enjoy. Together, we learn about everyday sounds and the words that go with them. I'm Lucy. How are you today? In my first podcast, we listen to all the sounds we can find around us. There are so many sounds that we hear every day. Bumps, hisses, clatters, whizzes, and taps. Tickling in your ear sounds, and booming far too noisy sounds. Each day is filled with sound. And of course, we can make sounds ourselves too. Did you hear that? I've got 2 pencils and I'm knocking them against each other. They make a great tip-tapping sound. Can you make a sound too? Maybe your grown-up can show you. It's time for our sound adventure. But before we start our adventure, we need our magical bag of sounds. Where have you got to, bag of sounds? Ah, here it is. This bag is full of brilliant new sounds for today's adventure. I wonder what's inside. Let's open the bag a little and listen out for some of them. Wow, the sounds are all swirling around. What can you hear? Well, that's quite a soothing sound. It can make you feel nice and calm. It's rain pattering gently on the pavement outside. OK, bag, it's time for you to pick our sounds. Let's zip you up so we can mix the sounds up nicely. Let's dive into our bag of sound and see what treasures can be found. A crashing wave, a cheering crowd. Let's shake it up and count out loud. 1, 2, 3. We've definitely heard this sound before. It's an animal, and one that we might hear out in a field on a nice walk. Do you know it? Yes, that's a horse. Have you ever been horse riding? Or visited some horses at a farm? They are big animals that love to run and jump. And they can often be seen in the wild roaming around and eating grass too. Now on to sound number 2. I wonder what will pop out next. Well, that's a sharp sound. It sounds like some kind of metal to me. Let's hear it again. Ah, yes, it's a tin can being opened. A tin can is a round metal container that holds food or drinks and keeps them fresh. Thank you, Bag of Sounds, for giving us 2 sounds for today's adventure. A horse neighing and a can opening. We only need 1 more sound, and this sound will tell us where our adventure takes place. It could be outside or inside. We could be in a garden or at a museum. Where will our sound adventure be? Let's open the bag of sounds one more time. It's definitely outside. There's a soft breeze and some bees buzzing around. There are birds singing too. It's very peaceful. I think we're in a field, having a little picnic. When the weather is nice, we can go outside and sit on a blanket with some yummy food and drinks. Picnics are a fun way to play outside and be together, and sometimes friendly animals come to visit. So for today's sound adventure, we are in a field having a picnic with a horse and a can. And this is Pedro. Today, Pedro and his family are having a picnic in the field. I wonder when our sounds will pop up. Listen out for the horse and the tin can. Can you spot them? Then here we go. Well, that sounded like a brilliant picnic. First, they found a nice spot in the field, laid down a blanket and started handing out all the food and drink from their basket. Then a horse walked by and said hello. Pedro got out a football and started kicking it around. Then they finished off all their tasty food and drink while the birds were tweeting away. Let's listen again and see if we can spot the sounds. Shout out loud when you hear them. That's the can. That's the horse. The can again. Picnics can be a lovely way to spend time together, and it sounded like Pedro had a great day out. Now it's time for us to put our sounds back in the bag. See you soon, horse. Bye, can. Perfect. All the sounds are safely back in the bag, ready for their next adventure. Before we go, let's sing a song all about the sounds we heard today. Together sitting out in the sun, eating, drinking and through what we have heard. For every sound we learn a new word. Quiet ones, noisy ones, whistles and clangs. Booming and whispering, crashes and bangs. Our sound adventure has just begun. Let's listen and learn, everyone. Thanks for joining me on our sound journey today. Hi grown-ups. If you enjoyed the show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more great episodes. We love to hear what you think, so please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps more people find our podcast. Thanks for listening to my first podcast. Till next time.